Hi, everyone. Today is a very special day. It's World Voice Day. And this is a day where we can take a moment to kind of celebrate the beauty of the voice. And this year's theme is perfect. It's one world, many voices. Now, most of you know that I'm a choral leader and educator, so my background is more speaking and singing, especially, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that because especially over this pandemic, a lot of people have asked me this question: what can I do, the little things to make my voice that much more strong, so to revitalize my voice? And okay, let's be honest with each other. Over the past little while, we probably haven't been singing as much as we used to before. Some of us haven't even been speaking as much because we're not engaging the same way or at the same level as we were before in terms of that connection and contact. So I have some good news and bad news. The bad news is I don't have any potions or pills that you can take that boom will make your voice strong and revitalize it again. But I do have an exercise that will make a big difference. And many of you probably do this. They're called semi-occluded vocal tract exercises, SOVT. And these are really simple. You can do them anywhere, and they're a great way to help strengthen and revitalize your voice. So if you have some props around, you can use them. The probably the most common is a straw, right? And this straw is actually from a really good friend of mine, Nikki McGraw, who's a wonderful voice professional. And thank you, Nikki. I love this straw. And so all you can do, you could just take your straw. You don't need any fancy scales or anything like that. Just start exploring your voice through your range. Start in a comfortable medium part. Easy. You can go down lower. Work your way up all the way through your range. You don't need to know all of the science behind this because you'd have to learn stuff about aerodynamics and resonance. But just know that by doing these SOVTs, you release a lot of tension and your vocal folds can work incredibly efficiently. So it strengthens them and it releases tension, all amazing things when it comes to singing, which we love, right? If you don't have a straw, and you can use water, by the way, a little bit of water, just like a couple centimeters or an inch or so is fine. And you can watch the bubbles, which is kind of cool. See if they're consistent, which is great. But if you don't have any of those things, or you don't want to bother with them, or you're out, you're driving the car, whatever, you can just use your mouth, right? So many of us can lip trill. I call it bubbling. My friend Nikki calls it horse lips. I love that. And you could start by just making that kind of sound and then put a tone to it. And again, you can use, I'm a kinesthetic person, so you'll see me get physical, but you can start in the middle of your range as just do some ovals and just, like I said, explore, or think of it like hills. I personally like really big, slow movements throughout my range, kind of really exploring and feeling. And you'll also notice that I'm not trying to like Ken Balto. I'm not just pushing it out there. I'm just taking it easy through the part of my range and exploring and not really judging, just allowing it to happen and just experiencing that. And that will make a huge difference. If you have trouble bubbling, some people do, you can use some consonant sounds that really help, like a V sound. So V is in victory. That can help a lot. A Z sound, or to our friends south of the border, a Z sound. I like this with kids because it sounds like a little bee. It can be a lot of fun. Or a TH sound. And that's a wonderful one because it forces the tongue to be a little bit more forward, which is something that, oftentimes we're working on as performers and singers and in our choirs and choruses, which is fantastic. So start using this SOVT every day. And this kind of comes back to an author I really like, Daniel Coyle. He wrote The Talent Code, The Culture Code, Little Book of Talent. And in the Talent Code, Little Book of Talent, he talks a little bit about how doing something for 5 minutes a day when we're building skills is more important than an hour one day, right? It's kind of like brushing your teeth. You don't want to not brush your teeth every day and then on Sunday you're like, okay, let's do this for 20 minutes or something like that. No, a couple minutes, a couple times a day makes a big difference when it comes to your teeth, right? Same thing with your voice. Just do a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, but do it every day. And it's going to make a much more impactful impact. That sucks. Impactful impact. But it will make a greater impact on your voice. And that's going to be a really important, right? It's that little bit. Many authors talk about this, but Stephen Bartlett, just reading Happy Sexy Millionaire, I thought the title sounds really good. But with that, he talks about compounding, this idea of improving just 1% a day makes a big difference, like your voice, right? But the other thing to remember is that your present self always wants to pick what's comfortable, right? And what's comfortable is not doing vocal exercises. It's kind of sitting on the couch or watching TV, or any of those things are more comfortable. And your future self is going to be like, but my goal is to revitalize and strengthen your voice. So I constantly am now thinking about my future self. What is it that I want? And I remind myself of that every single day. And what that does is it makes my present self go, wait a minute, I can't pick what's comfortable. I have to pick something that may be slightly more uncomfortable, but it's going to give me the results I want at the end. So whatever it is that works for you, do it, but use those SOVTs to strengthen and revitalize your voice. If this helped you a little bit, share it. Get that news out there so we can really celebrate World Voice Day by doing some great vocal exercises. But in addition to that, if you have some amazing warm-ups or stories that you want to share with me and with everyone, post it in the comments. I want to hear about it. This is not just one-sided. I want to hear about the things that you do that help strengthen your voice. Much love to all of you, and I hope that we can make music together soon. Take care. Bye.